Welcome to Profit Channels. This is my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor and I don't give financial advice. Please consider this video entertainment. Today I'm going to talk about Target Corporation, or TGT. It is Monday morning, the 15th. It's around $89 right now. Dividend 5%. I think everyone knows what Target is. Price to earnings is 10.67. We'll get into that in just a minute. If I look at this annually, we've got steady revenue and income. And annually, we have cash flow, steady cash flow. Here are the financial statements and our revenue. It's in the range it's been in the last few years. We jump down to the net income, $4 billion last year, 4.14 the year before. 22 was a bit lower, and 21 was a bit higher. This is pretty consistent net income. If we look at our shares outstanding, we've been as high as 640 million. And we've gone down to 454 million right now. So they are buying back their shares. Our price to earnings ratio is the lowest. It's been in a while, which is nice. Price to sales is the lowest it's been in a while. And currently, these are as low as it gets. And our price to cash flow ratio is real cheap. So that all looks really good. Our return on assets is around 7%. That's pretty typical. Return on equity, it's upper 20s. It's been higher. And let's look at our free cash flow per share. Is looking pretty strong in 2024. Currently, it's a little down, but still positive. If I look at the forecast, we've got 37 analysts. Most of them are hold. 9 strong buy, 4 strong sell. If I look at Target divided by the S&P 500, where this is a low. This is a very low spot. So that looks like a good value for Target. We've come down in this channel. We are currently as far from the moving average, the 200 moving average, as we've been in a long time. So this looks pretty good, compared to the S&P 500. Target is undervalued or very cheap. All right, so here is a monthly chart, and this giant channel we've run in has a nice midpoint line. You can see on the 200 period moving average, this is a monthly logarithmic scale. We've only been down here twice, and now this is our third time. And so when we break this 200, then we get a nice move up. So I think that's what we're due for. Again, it's 2008 and 2017 when we've been messing around with the 200 period. If I go to the weekly, we've got some pretty strong points of control above us right now. We have broken down through all our moving averages. We bounced off the 200. The 50 has crossed over the 100. It looks pretty bearish right now. We are a good distance from the 200 period moving average. So and it doesn't have a lot. You can see we're further than back here, further than right here. So this looks good for a turnaround. If we go to the daily, we have broken through all our moving averages. So I'm expecting these to kind of come together, and then we can make this break up. We do have this gap below at around $75, which is a little scary. And points of control are above us. I'm going to go back to the weekly, and we have another channel here that we've been working in. So this channel, something like this. This looks like it could be a double bottom, or it could continue down further. If I do a retracement, and I go from the bottom right here to the top up here, let me get rid of this. We can see some pretty nice lines here. So the 236, the 382, the 0.5, the 618 right here where we're at, and this point of control is 0.76. So I'm kind of thinking we're going to pull back a little further. It'll be a better buying opportunity. If I look at the fib, shorter term fib retracement, so this run up from the bottom to the top, this is also, here we are, it was resistance and then support. So is this going to be support, or are we breaking down through it? And then, this 1.272 is down here. This is okay. We do have some confluence, though, if I were to put them both up. So the 236 and the 382 are about the same spot. Same thing with the 382, 618, 0.5, and 768. All right. Now, let's do an extension. So I'm going to go from the bottom to the top, and I'm going to say this bottom right here. And these are pretty good lines. Here's that 618. Move this up. And if I'm saying this point of control is where our bottom is, we've got pretty nice fib lines. This point of control is the 382. The top is the 786. The problem with this is if I put it here, these are also really good lines. So this could be the double bottom, or maybe we come down here. Another way to look at this extension, so I'm going to do shorter term from here to here, and then I'm saying the full step back to this point of control. And we've got really nice, the 618 is pretty, but the 1.272, the 1, these are just great lines, the 786. But the problem with this one is I could say this line, like we could pull back here and that looks really nice. Or something like this. Or maybe we don't go any further than here. So these are all, there's a lot of ambiguity here on how far this is going to pull back. All right, so here's a parabolic SAR and super trend on the monthly. Everything's pretty bearish. This is a nice strong downward trend looking bearish. Same thing here, although we do have a little divergence on the histograms, and our stochastics are pretty buried and oversold. On the weekly, things are bearish up here. Our RSI has gone oversold, and we're maybe trying to form a higher low, but we're still in negative territory. And our MACD is crossing over the wrong way, and the stochastics is pretty buried. Finally, on the day, everything's bearish up here. We are potentially going to have a higher low right here compared to back here. Same thing here on the stochastic. We're starting to cross over and have a higher low over time in our, MACD. Here's the stochastic. And this is looking real oversold at the moment. Doesn't mean it can't go further. If I look at the RSI Bollinger Band strategy, here we are again, back at our moving average that you've only touched 2 previous times. Our money flow index is looking pretty bearish right now. Squeeze momentum's looking pretty bearish. And ADX is saying no trend. On the weekly, we are now near the bottom of our Bollinger Band. Money flow index is still headed down. Squeeze momentum looks like it's heading. It's not going to be bearish, and not much of a trend. And then when we get to the day, we've been outside of the Bollinger Band and back in it. Money flow is looking poor. Squeeze momentum is looking pretty poor, and the ADX is in a trend. So I am thinking we're going to pull back in here somewhere before we rebound. If I do the back to the extension or retracement, this somewhere between the 618 and the 786. I want to see some volume. It's kind of picking up right in here and here. So that's something I want to keep an eye on. But we do have this gap, and our daily volume is pretty down. But give me a thumbs up or leave a message if there's a stock you want me to cover, and subscribe. Talk to you later.